Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this very exciting segment today on the AMX. So, today we're going to be talking about the Bharatiya Samaj and how they held this very successful health and well-being for seniors, migrants, and the workshop that was held at the IPSQ Hall. Well, as we know, that center has become a very, very popular venue for many of our functions and events, and it is wonderful to see that it's being utilized in that manner. Well, Bharatiya Samaj is a prominent community organization, hosted a groundbreaking health and well-being for senior migrants workshop at the Arya Pratinidhi Sabha of Queensland Hall on 3rd March. Tailored for senior migrants, the event aimed to provide crucial insights into their health and well-being, and which is a very, very thoughtful gesture at this point in time. The work featured engaging sessions from distinguished medical professionals as well as keynote speakers, and notable guests included Councillor Angela Owen Taylor, President of FICQ, and renowned doctors such as Dr. Tarun Sehgal, which is a psychiatrist, Dr. Raji Pragant, who is an audiologist, Dr. Suhasini Singh, cardiologist, Dr. Rajesh Jaleswar, Director, General Physician, and Dr. Thuri Nig, who is an optometrist, and of course there was Dr. Ram Mohan as well. So, as we mentioned before, this is a very, very timely and it was the much needed presentation. And when we look at the presentation, we look at what was being discussed and what was, as I mentioned before, that very, very timely. Well, moving on, let's take a look at what actually transpired and what took place on the place. So with over 150 attendees and the Q&A segment provided a platform for the audience to interact with the experts, creating an informative and inclusive atmosphere. In addition to the workshop, the event showcased the curtain raiser for Bharatiya Samaj's next mega event, the Empowering Migrants Expo, scheduled for August 4th, 2024 at Brisbane City Hall. Distinguished guests, keynote speakers, with over 30 community organizations previewed the upcoming expo set to a monumental event in Queensland. And I think that would be a wonderful event as Abhishek, who is leading this organization, is always full of energy and vigor, and amazing how he managed to get together so many community leaders, so many different organizations to come and support the Empowering Migrants Expo aims to build an inclusive and thriving multicultural Australia. The event will feature educational pop-ups, cultural dance performances, Migrants Achievement Awards, and various inter-community engagements. Beyond cultural integration, the expo will provide essential information on educational pathways and do job employment and migrant community numbers. So these are some of the key issues that are within our community. So very well thought of seminar. Bharatiya Samaj expresses gratitude to IPSQ for hosting the workshop and looks forward to continued collaborations for future impactful events. And that is a wonderful gesture because, we have so many different organizations and so many different facilities. If we collaborate, come together in unity, this is what can be done. Rather than saying, oh, it's their organization, my organization, we doing this, they're doing that. This is a perfect example of what can be achieved through collaboration, through unity. Well, let's talk a little bit about the Bharatiya Samaj. Bharatiya Samaj is a not-for-profit, non-political and non-religious charity incorporated in June 2022. So in Australia, comparatively new organization, but very progressive. Their objective is to contribute to building a more inclusive Australia by undertaking activities that establish unity in the diversity amongst the migrant through empowering and knowledge building, confident identities, and facilitating interactions with the larger community. Since 1995, the Bharatiya Samaj Charitable Trust has been actively helping South Asian communities in New Zealand and trying to improve the varied communities. So, wonderful to see. Established, it started in New Zealand, reaching out now. Its wings in Australia. So, Bharatiya Samaj is a leading community organization committed to fostering cultural integration and supporting the welfare of migrants in Australia through various activities. Bharatiya Samaj aims to create a vibrant and inclusive community for individuals and diverse backgrounds. So they were very well done, and as I mentioned before, that it was wonderful to see the whole lot coming together. And when the communities come together, as I mentioned before, that it is the collective effort that in the end brings a unified and a wonderful event. So the event also concluded with the dinner, lunch, served for everyone in the adjacent shed to the premises. And it is wonderful to see that the facilities that have been built are being utilized by the community and utilized well. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a very special segment, a special report on Bharatiya Samaj and the event, which was the well-being for senior migrants. And look, this is very important. And there were some of the key points that were addressed in there. We know that a while back, Gopio Queensland held a mental health seminar at the Queensland Multicultural Centre. And that was very well facilitated in a slightly different manner. Keynote speakers and a moderated session with lived experiences and other things. But the thing is to raise awareness, to talk about this. These things are here within our community and they really need to be talked about and discussed. So well done, Bharatiya Samaj, for hosting this very successful health and well-being for seniors migrant workshop at the Arya Pratinidhi Sabha of Queensland Hall. Well, ladies and gentlemen, so this has been a special coverage from the AMX by Australian Indian Radio. Look, if there is any topic that you'd like to discuss, we'd love to have you on the show. And if there's any community events, any issues that you'd like to talk about, we'd love to talk to you about those functions and those events. Any, special topics, and even this topic on health and well-being and seminars, some of the participants who did take part, we might be talking to them on this very show and discussing about the issues in a slightly in-depth manner as well. So these are the things that can happen there. So ladies and gentlemen, with that, it's so wonderful to have your company as usual on the show. Until tomorrow, it is goodbye from us.